Hey guys, before the video starts, I wanted to real quick thank you as always. And I wanted to mention, a lot of questions come in, which I will always answer and have no problem with. You can leave them, even if they don't pertain to the video you're watching, that's absolutely fine. But reminder, if you go to my channel and go down through the playlist or use the search bar, there's a lot of content. Some of it's really old and embarrassing because I didn't know what I was doing, but there's lots of content. I've got playlists, builds for clan boss, hero guides. I've got Doom Tower bosses. So there's a lot of information. If you're looking for it, it's right there on my page. Anyways, thanks for your support and taking the time to sign in. Hit the like button. It matters. I appreciate it. And let's get on to the video. Hey guys, Fusebox here on Raid Shadow Legends. We're going to go over Dark Fae. This works from the very bottom to the very top. And we're going to look at multiple ways to beat her. And also I want to give a shout out, by the way, to one of my viewers has supported me. Big Dave has his own channel. It's very tough to start out, so I want to give him a shout out. I'm going to put his link below. He actually has his team beating Dark Fae. He's got a couple other videos already up. He supported me. I absolutely am supporting him. If you want to check him out, his link will be below. So let's real quick talk about the formula. There's a formula to beating Dark Fae, and there's something that everybody's leaving out. So let's go over the formula that this works. It doesn't matter what stage you're on. 120 hard, 50, or what is it? Yeah, whatever, level 90 or whatever. It doesn't matter what stage you're on. This works. The only stat that changes is speed. That's it. You have to beat 250 speed, but keep in mind that that includes your aura, and also it's not that unobtainable. If you're pushing hard Doom Tower, you probably can obtain it. If you're not, we're going to talk about other ways to beat it. All right, the first way to beat her, you just start with a basic formula of turn meter down with a super nuker, and we'll explain it in ways that is being missed. Some things, just small things that are being missed. So the first thing, what is this stage 80? It doesn't matter. The formula is simple. Turn meter down, usually going to want a speed lead to help break your speed, and a nuker, but that nuker has to be able to kill this team. They don't have to be super strong. If you have a weak nuker, just make sure you have a weak team. They have to be fast, but they don't have to be tough. You can take some defense rings off of somebody. You can take that HP banner off of somebody. Whatever it is, you can weaken them up, change their gear a little bit. They're going to need their accuracy and all that, but in the end, they're here to bring down turn meter, and he's here to kill them, and then you all go in and kill Dark Fae. So there are a million options. Lysandra is my favorite here, but I'm dumbing this down just a little bit. Everybody has High Katoon. Another amazing option, though, is we went over him, Deacon Armstrong. He's basically your Lysandra. He breaks defense before your nuker. It's an amazing way to go. Another thing to remember, your nuker does not need to be up against the wrong affinity. If you bring red affinity in here, all of a sudden your nuker can get a weak hit, causing you to lose time while she's building up her turn meter trying to kill your shadowed heroes, your mirrored copy of heroes. You want them to be able to wipe them. It doesn't. Now, Herndag's amazing for this, by the way, because one way you can do it is a AoE nuker. Anybody, Skull Crown, whoever you have, just make sure they can kill those heroes. If you get in there and you're not killing them, tweak them down or tweak your nuker up. Either way, make sure they can kill them. Check that affinity. No one's mentioning that. It matters. And then you can beat it with somebody like Septimus, or Herndig here does it too. Grants an extra turn when he gets a kill. They can just rack right through the entire team and then on to the boss. That's another great way to do it. And whoever your nuker is, a great mastery, to make sure that they get to the job done. Like, he's not moving very fast. Actually, he's not. I must have messed with his gear. But one great mastery is to bring the increased speed as you get kills, and then let that hero get the kills through the waves. And then when you get to the boss, so I'm going to take you straight to the boss. We're going to see how this formula can beat it on any stage as long as your speed is right. And then we're going to move on to a couple other ideas. So this isn't going to take long. And I just real quick want to show you, whoever your hero is, Herndig also brings complete full depletion of turn meter, not 100%, full depletion, which is bigger than 100%, because when the bar looks full, they can actually overfill. And in the background, you don't realize they're over 100%. He just depletes it all. So, but what I'm talking about with him is his mastery lets him get faster as he gets a kill. So he makes a kill, he gets faster and stronger. makes a kill. It just increasing his strength, increasing his speed so that he gets to go. Now, I actually didn't check. The nuker needs to be either the second fastest or the fastest on your team. So High Katoon can speed up my team. And I didn't check before we started, but the speed got where it needed. You saw how slow he was. These guys are running about 200 speed, 220 to 200. We got him up. So now we're going to go ahead and just choose how we want it. The reason I'm going to save this, it fully depletes turn meter. So I'm going to go ahead and just nuke him down with this move. If anybody's left standing, real quick, kill him off, take that turn meter down, and it's off to the races. I can't believe he left. I think that was Armiger. I probably should take a defense ring off of him, change that up. So full depletion of turn meter, and we're in control. We're absolutely in control here. Now, the reason I'm telling you, you can't just fully auto this and have a 100% win rate. It's 100% win. Do we have slow up? I'm trying to get slow. There we go. Now it's even easier. A 100% win rate is not going to happen on these teams. The reason is the waves. If anything changes, you'd have to speed tune for each level of Fae to get that done. If you just so happen to land, let's speed ourselves up. If you just so happen to land right to where your first move is your speed booster into your nuker, that's great, because afterwards you can set people up to just do their A1s like Armiger and so on. But they may not have that on cooldown. If that happens, it's over. Game over. So this is not something that it's not hard. You might as well manual through it and beat it. Now, I'm Hell Hades, shout out to Hell Hades. He did come up with a full auto team that is guaranteed to work. It's pretty cool. You go watch it, but he takes Dark Elhain as his nuker and then sets up somebody to freeze her. You just set it up to where he used Exemplar, I believe, like somebody. Anyway, she freezes Dark Elhain. Well, she freezes herself, and then Dark Elhain gets her free nuke. So no matter how the setup ends, you automatically get your nuke, and then you're off to the races, taking turn meter down. Now, here's the thing. I was playing around with Herndig's gear. He's not set up at near the right speed. They need to be, if you're trying to get into hard Doom Tower, you'd be shooting for like 220 speed and take the masteries that make you faster. You saw clearly it speeds you up quite a bit, right? So, and make a good speed aura, the best you have, I would say would be your best bet, but make sure you can kill everybody on your team. You don't have to have an amazing strong nuker. It's you that you're killing. You're never going to take a turn from the Dark Fae. So just make sure you can kill yourself. Weaken them up. Put speed gear on them without stats like defense and HP if you have to. I mean, just get it to the point where you're comfortable and your nuker is strong enough to kill your team. So that's all you have to worry about. That's the straightforward formula. Now, what happens if you don't have the team? You don't have all those turn meter depletion. So you still want to bring what you got. If you have turn meter depletion, you're going to slow her down. You want to bring a slow if you can, or have a ton of turn meter control. I like bring my real team. It looks a little different, Lysandra and everything, but when you're in here, it keeps throwing me back on hard. I had to go to hard so I could beat Bommel with my team to prove that it worked. Because when you see me doing this here and telling you it works there, you gotta trust me. I had to go prove it because some people said it wasn't gonna work. So when you're fighting her, like if you're struggling because you don't have the heroes down here, I think, I always play around after I get done beating it. And, literally if you have a few strong heroes, you just don't have a lure on your team. You haven't pulled the right heroes. Those strong heroes can go in and just nuke her down with turn meter control. Now in this team, whoever goes, Septimus can kill everybody or Herndig can kill everybody. And then these two both can do 100% turn meter and a full turn meter depletion, and both of them with a hard-hitting move with Septimus right behind them. It just can wreck through it. So if you have to, make sure that each hero can kill the other heroes, and after that's done, you have a setup that'll at least buy you time to kill the Dark Fae. Now, what happens if you don't even have that? As I'm doing this, in my mind, I keep thinking, everybody should have High Katoon, and it's so easy to get an Armiger that you really should have some of the ingredients you need. So if here's the things to remember. If you're struggling with turn meter control, bring what you have, and you can even make your team smaller. Take 3 or 4. Don't worry about skipping it. bring those turn meter controls and your best hitter to kill your team. You can bring multiple nukers as long as they can kill each other. Watch the affinities you're bringing, because not only do the affinities buff her per affinity, you don't want a ton of the same affinity if she's going to take a lot of turns. So do bring what you have. You know, Hakatoon can do some turn meter down. She speeds you up. She can land slow. You can get a lot out of Seal of the Drakes. Throws speed buffs up. She can slow. She can do some turn meter. You know, whatever it is you have, take as much turn meter control as you have. And if it's not enough, just be prepared to kill. Make sure everybody on your team is capable of quickly killing a copy of themselves. Because if she does take a turn, she'll take somebody out of the fight. You won't be able to use them, but you'll have to kill them with another hero. So if you don't have enough turn meter control, make sure you have more than one nuker, so that the other nuker, they can kill each other. Make sure that they maybe match their affinities or something so that they can kill each other. It's really not all that hard, but I wanted to go over it. Also, what about these super raids, right? Like, man, did they nail this one? Super raids are the best. Like, come on, Plarium, trophy for you. So, like, I'm loving those. I hope they keep these things going. Oh my goodness, it's the best thing. It's the best thing since sliced bread, right? Effectively, it turns your 40 battle auto runs a day into 80 because you pay twice the cost. You run it and you get twice the loot. It's like so fast. Like for this tournament, you just wreck right through it. I'm absolutely cheering them on. I hope that we get these things constantly. So I'm not going to run long. Dark Fae is pretty simple. The formula is simple. If you don't have that formula, bring in an allied attack and somebody who can kill the other nuker and make sure that you blow through the first wave of yourself and just tear her apart on the early stage. That's the only way to blow through it. Herdig is just amazing on this boss. He has everything you need. Defense down, weaken. He can even throw up a HP burn, full turn meter depletion, and he can nuke your team by going through his A1 over and over or either other move. He's absolutely gross on that boss. All right, guys, I hope you enjoyed it. Thanks for your time, and until next time, enjoy the grind.